Today I'm talking about Ultra Mâle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's a sweet, fruity, spicy, gourmand, aromatic fragrance. It's got main notes of vanilla, pear, cinnamon, lavender, amber, mint, bergamot, patchouli, sage, and cedar. So back before I knew anything about fragrances, I would go to Macy's sometimes just to sniff everything. I always came back to this brand and this bottle, and it was always my favorite. I had never really heard of the fragrance or the brand or anything like that, so it wasn't because of brand recognition or anything like that, but I thought it smelled better than everything. So I guess I always have liked sweet fragrances. And now that my nose is a little more developed, I can tell just how synthetic this fragrance is. It's very synthetic and very sweet. And the opening is kind of unisex. It does lean a little bit feminine. It has a very strong pear note in the opening. And pear is a note that's primarily used in women's fragrances. I can't think of too many men's fragrances that use the note of pear. So you get that really strong vanilla in this fragrance and that fruity pear note. And you get that warm, spicy cinnamon, and that's primarily what you get with this fragrance. But once you get into the mid and the dry down, it starts to turn more masculine. It does a nice development, a nice shift. And that's when the lavender comes more to the forefront and you get more of that mint and some of that sage, and it turns more into like a fougere. But even though this fragrance is really synthetic, I do have a strong scent memory attached to it, so I am a little bit biased, I think, in how much I love this fragrance. I do think it smells really good too, and it does have that heavy vanilla before the whole vanilla trend really took off, so it's one of the first fragrances that really did that with the vanilla. And the performance is really strong. I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe like a 12 to 14 hour fragrance. It has really good longevity, really good projection for the first couple hours, and then it starts to dial back. Kind of usual, kind of normal. But it's definitely not a weak one. It's very strong, and I think that synthetic nature of it really carries it, really pushes it out there like that, really makes it last a long time. On clothes, if you're somebody that sprays on clothes, I'm sure it would last weeks. And it's definitely colder weather focused, and like I was talking about, I would say the opening is a little more unisex, and then it gets more masculine into the mid and the dry down. But overall, I would give it a 9 out of 10. That was Ultra Mâle by Jean-Paul Gaultier.